Outlaw Sports is brought to you by Molson Canadian, made from Canada, and Rocky Mountain Barbecue, Alberta barbecue cuisine at its best.
I'm not the biggest fan of Gruff Huff, personally. I do not like dealing with John Hufnagel. However, I have the utmost respect for the football man and the kind of team he puts together, and what has happened this year is an example of that. He has the ability, agree or disagree, with being serious with that team, getting them focused, but loose at the same time.
He does have a way of picking the moments where he needs to, lighten the mood, make a joke. He's actually kind of funny. He always gets voted as the worst quotable coach.
I think he's cantankerous to the media.
The least quotable coach. Sometimes it has to do with his hearing, because he can't hear the questions, and when he can't hear the questions, he feels like he's on the spot, and he doesn't know exactly what the sense is around him because he can't hear what's going on. When he wants to be, he can be very funny and engaging and very quotable, and I think some of that type is just a little bit of a show for the media, because he's always been a guy focused in on that part of the angle, plays a role in what they do. They don't want to give anything away. They're always trying to hide their game plans. They're always trying to, disguise what they're doing. And, well, when Chris Jones is around, you have to sort of disguise things, because they like to, find out some information about the other team, whether it's, legal or not.
So, so Gruff Huff is back to the Grey Cup for the second time. That's pretty remarkable, too, in his head coaching career.
It's the Argos and the Stampeders next week.
To me, it's the worst part of my job. I don't know about you, predictions. I guess you're used to doing that because you do it in the paper. You're used to that. But Joel Otto, way back when, the former Flame, he says, why do you guys make predictions? I'm a player. I don't know who's going to win, so why do you guys? Joel, you're absolutely right. I think of you every time somebody asks me for a prediction. However, Outlaw Sports has said, make your prediction. I will. I think the Argos are going to win this by a touchdown or less.
Okay. Well, I like the Stamps, obviously, because they have just carried a ridiculous amount of forward momentum in the last month. They've won 5 straight games, 6 straight games. 6 straight games, 2 playoff games. Now, you obviously have to win a playoff game to get into the Grey Cup, so that's a saw-off, obviously.
So 4 straight going into the playoffs.
Right, and they really have been impressive. They're playing well on offense, they're getting off the field on defense, and their special teams are solid on coverage. Now, all those things have to be good, because on coverage, Chad Owens is going to burn you. On defense, Chad Owens is going to burn you. And on offense, that group of linebackers they have, Robert McCune, Marcus Ball, and the Brandon Isaac.
Oh, Brandon Isaac,
yeah,
former Stampeder.
I'm going to be saying his name 1,000 times this week. I can't believe it just slipped my mind. They are punishing. They are, obviously, you saw against Montreal, they can pick the ball off, and they get to the quarterback on the rush. So that's the key to me. They have to figure out how to alleviate those guys and get the ball down the field past them. Argos don't really allow big, deep plays, so that's the thing. But I like the Stamps by 6 points, I think.
6 points? See, I can't disagree. The Stamps are on a roll, playing extremely well. Everything is working in their favor. But I think the hometown crowd, the Argos might be alarmed by seeing so many people at Rogers. And it might turn them off, but I think
here's
momentum in Toronto, the 100th Grey Cup, and the way they're playing, I think, just might be enough to get past a good Stampeder team.
If you look at the schedule of events this week, though, you think of all the things that are going on and how many things Argos are involved in. Like, they're doing pep rallies, and there's awards nights, and there's bands playing, and there's festival everywhere. They've really gone all out on this Grey Cup. The 100th Grey Cup, they're doing a big, big party. They are the home team. They're going to have to try and find ways to insulate themselves in their hotel, get away from all those things. This is why it's always been tough for a home team to win their own Grey Cup, because they get into the game. One, it's tough to get into the game. Once they get into the game, it's a zoo. Your head is swimming from all the constant, talking and being here and people coming up to you, and they're going to have to find ways to deal with that. The Stamps don't have as much pressure on them. Plus, they've done it, 4 years ago. They know exactly what being against a hometown team in the Grey Cup is all about. I think that is going to come out where the Stamps are are going to fix that problem. Now, last year, what was interesting, last year the Stamps went to a pseudo Grey Cup in Touchdown Atlantic. They got wrapped up in all the festival stuff. They were out a lot. They made a lot of appearances. They made a lot of things. Now, they wanted to do that because it was a promotion for the league. And then the Hamilton Tiger Cats came out and laid a stomping on them. Hamilton got there later in the week. They didn't have any of those events, and it turned out to work in their favor. Kevin Glenn knew all about that when we were talking to him today. So he knows exactly that he has to slow down, let the mind relax sometimes, focus all week, and then get to that game and be 100% mentally and physically ready. And it's tough to do when there's so much stuff going on. I know by game time I'm going to be exhausted. So let's hope that players are fine.
And that's why Hufnagel says we got them right where we want them.
We got them right when they're. Can't wait to see that pregame speech. It's going to be different, but it's going to be.
I love that one.
Yeah, well.
I love that one by John Hufnagel.
Hopefully it's a dandy.
Enjoy the game.